Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Cozy Up with Regan and Friends. When did your anxiety start?
My heart's like beating really hard, like my vision's blurry. The reason you're anxious is because you're waiting on that next panic attack.
I like go to the ER and I'm like, Mom, I don't think I can ever go back. If I have a headache, I do think I have a brain tumor. And I do need 24 hours to go by to make sure I'm gonna live.
We are not meant to carry these things.
No,
we have to
he
give
tells
it
us
all
not to.
give it all to him.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Cozy Up with Regan and Friends. I'm Regan.
And I'm Jaya.
And today's topic is a mixture of the good, the bad, the ugly.
The girl named anxiety.
Yes, the one and only anxiety.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a great episode. One, because I think it relates to literally everyone in some capacity at some point in everyone's life.
For sure.
I also think it's good to talk about a topic that could be that heavy and has moments of being that heavy, but also like it has a lot of like funny moments and it makes it quirky.
No, it does.
It definitely adds to my quirk.
No, it does for sure. It's definitely altered my brain chemistry and my personality. But yeah, and I feel like also in the way that the world is today, everybody is experiencing it. Experiencing.
Yeah.
Experiencing it in some shape or form.
Yeah.
So it's just a very relatable thing, and it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, it's people are going through it. And we're just two relatable gals.
We try to be.
So yeah, I thought it would be kind of fun to do like a little rapid fire.
Yeah.
Like, is this normalized or is it not? Okay. Normalized or not, anxiety edition. Okay. Okay, so first one. Over-explaining texts.
To who? Like
To every, okay, like...
In what capacity?
Like, you send a text, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna send another text explaining that text, and be like, sorry, that's a lot, but this is like,
Do you do that?
I do. Like, if I send a text, and I'm like...
I don't think I over-explain the text, but I overthink the text before I send it.
Yeah.
So like
go hand in hand.
I'm like over-explaining to myself.
No, for sure.
But I try not to do that to the person I'm texting.
Okay, so it's normalized. That it's like, we all feel the same way.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
I like
for
overthink a text, absolutely.
Okay.
I really put in some thought.
Yeah. And I reread it 1,000 times before I press
And
send.
then I reread it after I press send, and then I'm upset because then I have to edit it, and then it shows that I edited it.
And then you still say the OG version.
Yeah.
So it's like
what? Yeah, no thanks. Okay.
Okay. Keeping yourself busy so you don't have to think. We do this. I feel like you do really good at that.
Keeping myself busy?
Yeah, so you don't have to sit and ponder with your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it's healthy and it's not healthy in the same aspect, because like I think it is important to like sit and be with yourself and like process things. But I also think there's a lot of importance in like keeping your mind busy, keeping yourself busy, especially when it's things that like benefit you, like whether that's like activities or picking up a new hobby. Like, that's one of the biggest things with this podcast is like, sure, there's some days I feel a little overwhelmed and I'm like, okay, we got this, and this, and I can't think of an idea, or I hate how that ended up. But it's like, this does keep me busy and it keeps me happy and it keeps like my creative juices flowing.
No, for sure. And I think it's also like, you have to find the happy medium, because you don't want to do things to take your mind off of other things, because then you're just ignoring the problem as well. And then you either get burnt out or you're just like overworked too. It's very...
it will come to a bubble and the bubble will burst and then it's like, it's much worse.
And you're going to burst over the smallest thing, But that's definitely normalized. I feel like a lot of these are going to be like normalized unless I'm just kind of crazy, Practicing conversations in the shower or on a drive. Like, you're driving and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but I never do it ever.
You don't?
No, I do that.
Oh, but you don't do the conversation.
Ever. And like specifically I'm thinking about like whenever I'm dating somebody and it's like second or third date and I'm like, okay, like we're gonna make a breakthrough. Or like usually I need like the last couple people I've been like, we need that breakthrough. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this.
But I'm gonna have get the hard-hitting questions.
funnily enough, like, I look to you for inspiration because you are just like, boom, you got the words that you need to say when you need to say them. And I'm like, okay, we're going to do this when he does this. And then we're just going to, power through kind of in a way.
Yeah.
And then it never happens.
No.
Ever. And then I think about it and think about it and think about it. And then,
Okay. Yeah. No, I am such like, especially when I'm driving. I do it more when I'm driving. When I'm in the shower, I'm kind of just in la la land.
Shower. I'm just.
It's when I'm driving alone and I'm just like, all right.
You just think about you think about the day's conversations or what, especially if there's something big you have to do or.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to do a whole fucking wrap around.
I know, I do too. I'm like, oh, should we take a quick break?
Oh, yeah.
Since we're talking about it.
And let's talk about the drink we have.
Yeah.
Okay. Cheers. Love you.
Should we do it? Okay. This week I have the same strawberry breeze that I had last week.
Oh, you had it last week too?
Yeah, so water, sugar-free strawberry, sugar-free coconut, strawberry puree, and then coconut cream.
Yeah.
And I got it sparkling.
Period. That sounds like a good little healthy drink. Mine is not healthy, but this is like my kryptonite right now. And it's horrible once I tell you what's in it. So it's the Beach Babe. It's Mountain Dew, which is already like so horrible.
I cannot remember the last time I had Mountain Dew.
Oh, I love a Dewster.
I truly can't.
Oh, I love it. But it's Mountain Dew, raspberry, peach, and vanilla cream.
No, that sounds gas.
It's
I bet
so
fire.
gas.
Yeah.
And like I do get it sugar-free sometimes, but it's just like does not hit
That's
sugar-free. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Anyway.
Yeah.
Back to it.
The program.
Back to our original programming. Okay.
Normalized or not.
Normalized or not. So we're going to agree the conversations are normalized.
Yeah, practicing conversations or like, once again, it's like overthinking a text and like overthinking a conversation before it happens. Like, I think that's like the definition of anxiety.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, this one is also the definition.
Okay.
Imagining worst case scenarios just to be prepared.
Absolutely. I like to know the worst possible outcome. I like to know every possible outcome before I even start the journey of whatever might.
No, for sure. And I have always struggled with this, but like I know that somebody said this one time that anxiety is literally worrying about something before it even happens. So if you worry about it before it happens, you're just like stressed out. And then when it does happen, you're stressed out again. So you're just stressing about it twice.
Yeah.
Instead of just like taking it when it comes.
For sure.
And I feel like that's like a true definition.
No, yeah, that really is anxiety. The first time I ever went to therapy, it was right after I dropped out of college. And the first thing my therapist said to me, I was just like talking, doing the normal thing, sitting on the couch, telling her my story. And she's like, all right, you catastrophize, which is exactly that. I think of the worst case scenario and then you have to de-escalate. So it's like, I used to have this little worksheet that I would do.
Yeah.
And it was like a situation. And then it would be like worst possible outcome, best possible outcome, and like likely outcome.
Yeah.
And it's just like to get your brain to see like there's other options. And it's not very likely that the worst will happen. But yeah, no, I'm better at it now, but I used to catastrophize.
I feel like I'm in the midst of catastrophizing things, which is like so horrible, but I'm able to recognize it, so I can work on it. I'm going to give a quick example of this. Was one time I was leaving for work. I had straightened my hair that day. It was when Sawyer was still alive. Okay. I leave work and I'm already like 10, 15 minutes away and I'm thinking, I'm like, did I unplug my straightener? Okay. If I did not unplug my straightener, the house it's going to catch on fire. Sawyer and Ivy are dead. The whole house is burnt down. And best case scenario is that my straightener's on a timer and that it's just going to shut off, or I unplugged it. I drove all the way home. I ended up being late for work
because your straightener unplugged.
And my straightener was unplugged.
Yeah. So, but it's like better safe than sorry.
Better safe than sorry. I've done this.
Our cheenies are in the house.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm like catastrophizing.
Yeah.
Like the whole house is burning down. My cheenies are dead.
Yeah.
One of them already is.
No, for sure.
So it's like
I catastrophize we kind of talked about this in prep for the episode. I catastrophize and have anxiety over things I shouldn't, but don't over the things that I absolutely could or should.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know what kind of like messed up brain algorithm that is. I think that's a whole different situation in itself.
I get that though. I just like, our brains are crazy.
Wild.
Okay, one more. Okay. We'll do one more. Interpreting K as a personal attack.
Well, yeah. Like, nobody says
you
K.
did it to me the other day.
And then I
edited it. I was like, bitch, are you good?
She said something, and I said K. And she said, what? And I edited it and went, OKAY. And then I just left it at that.
And I knew it, and that was a personal attack.
Yeah.
It was such a personal attack. It was a personal... I'm getting heated right now. It was a personal attack. But, like, sometimes my dad will say it, or, like, Tasia will say it. And I know, like, they're not personally attacking me, but it's trauma because she personally attacks me.
And, like, nobody really said... Like, anyone our age knows that K is, like, no bueno.
No.
Like, who's saying just K to be, like, in a happy scenario? K is you're angry.
Yeah.
Like, give me the OKAY. I don't even do the OK.
Yeah.
I've been an OKAY gal for a very long time.
Me too.
I think that's like the only adult thing to do. But
yeah, for sure.
No, it's anxiety.
Anxiety.
And it's like, that's like, if like to the K interpretation is like one thing, but then anxiety with just the interpretation of all texts is such a complex situation.
I get, because
so
it's like
complex.
The only reason texting makes me so anxious. That's why I'm such a big FaceTime girl. Like if I
or
can't,
like phone call, audio message is big for me.
Because I need to see your tone.
Yes.
I need to know your tone and the way you're like giving, like what vibe you're really giving off. Because if I see a text that's like, love you so much, or like something, like saying something to me, and I'm like, they're saying it as like, love you so much, bye bitch, like I don't ever want to talk to you again. And then it's like, instead of like hearing them, they're like, I love you so much, I hope you have a good day. You know, it's just the tone. It's just the tone. And like, that's just the overthinking. And then I'm anxious for the rest of the day.
Yes.
For what?
No, it's like, it's really bad, especially like, once again, I feel like a lot of this topic comes around like dating and talking to men. And it's like, you try not to get in your head over tone, but like in the early stages and you don't really know the person and you don't have constant communication. It's like,
that's the only thing you can go off of.
And so it's like, if they didn't use an exclamation point, what?
Okay, emojis one day, the next day not?
Yeah, I'm like, you can't be inconsistent with that kind of stuff.
No, you
can't. Because it does, unfortunately, it makes me go into a frenzy. But I've gotten better. But then right when I think I get better, I get like a new kind of breed of human that like really challenges me.
Yeah. No, for sure.
When did your anxiety start? Because I always say I wasn't, I mean, this will come later, but like, I don't think I was always an anxious person to the level that I am now, or the level that I was in college. But like, when did yours start, or like, how did it start?
I think that like, I never really was an anxious person. I was so go with the flow. But I had my first panic attack. I didn't even know what a panic attack was.
No, I didn't either.
Like, I thought I knew what it was, but it wasn't even comparable to what I experienced. So basically, I had just gotten back from a trip to Miami for Kayla's bachelorette. And I was sitting in an airport, and I was alone. My flight was delayed. Had a crazy weekend, basically. My body was like completely shutting down. And I started getting like this weird like tingling feeling, and then I was going to pass out. And I was like, oh, I'm just dehydrated, I'm going to go get water. It started to fade away. Then I came home. I ended up getting like the flu. I was super sick. I took NyQuil and like started to like fall asleep. And then my whole body like felt like I was dying. I had the impending doom, like that, like I was gonna die. I was like it was in the middle of the summer, so I was trying to turn on my shower to go completely cold, take like an ice cold shower to like regulate my heart rate. Yeah. My shower would not get cold. And I was like, oh my gosh, I like laid naked on my ground. On my floor. And I had ice cubes all over my body. And then I FaceTimed you, and I was like, I think I'm dying. Like, I'm literally like, I can't stop, like breathing heavy. My heart's like beating really hard. Like my vision's blurry, blah, 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 blah. You're like, you're having a panic attack. And I was like, Regan, save me. And so Regan had to drive like 40 minutes, like a 45-minute drive.
She's like, can you come pick me up? And I was like, like, not in like a bad way, but I was like, do you really need me to come get you? I was like, you're going to want your car. Like, can you drive over here? Like, once again, I wasn't doing it because I was like, I didn't want to, but I was like, what do you mean?
Thinking of the logistics.
Yeah, well, that's me, you know? And I was like, what do you mean? And she's like, no, like, I don't even think I can drive my car. She was like, I don't think I would make it. Like, I was like, okay, for sure. Like, I got in my car. I had never gotten to Jaya's house so fast. We were like 40 minutes away. I got there in like 17.
No, literally.
I was cooking.
Like one end of Phoenix to the other.
Yeah.
Like lickety split. And mind you, it was at like midnight. Like I'm so shocked
like
you were even
1
awake.
in the morning.
And yeah, like I basically had to stay at your house for like a week. I didn't have my car. Like I was just, and then you were going to Austin.
Yeah.
So then I was just out. Me and Maddie were here, and I was like coloring. I was like, just
you're keeping your mind busy.
I was keeping my mind busy. I was trying so hard. I couldn't even like fall asleep regularly. Like I couldn't like get in the pool in the daytime. I was fine, but as soon as the night
sun
fell, like it was like, I'm gonna die. I'm just waiting. And that's like the thing about panic attacks too, is that like you're not scared of it's like the anxiety gets you, but the reason you're anxious is because you're waiting on that next panic attack. Like you're like waiting to see if it's gonna happen again. And that was 2 Augusts ago.
It takes time.
And like I'm just now starting to like be
feel
okay.
Like you're coming back to normal.
And yours happened a while ago, right? So like talk about yours.
Mine. So I didn't really have anxiety in high school, I don't think. And then I went to UND, so 5 hours away from home. You know, you did like the normal like homesick kind of vibe. But it was like 3 months into going to school there, and I don't know what triggered it, but I specifically remember I was going to like my English class at like 8 a.m. I was sitting in English class, and I remember like, I need to go. Like, I don't feel good. Yeah. But then it was like the anxiety when you're in class and you don't want to like ask to go to the bathroom. But like you're a grown adult, and it's like I could have just left and gone to the bathroom or like literally just left my class. But I'm like, I'm in like the small English class in college. Like the teacher's
you're
giving
make
a lecture.
Scene. Yeah.
But it's like nobody cares in college. But I like, couldn't get myself to leave. So then I was like sitting there in the anxiety for like the whole hour. So then I walk back to my dorm, and as soon as I hit like the dorm building, there's like a bathroom on the main floor. I like go to that bathroom. I like lay on the ground, and I'm like, what is going on? And I didn't think, I still had no idea it was anxiety. I like thought I was like super sick, or I was having like a stroke or like
a heart attack.
Yeah,
or
I was like, why am I like drenched in sweat? It's Grand Forks in like November.
You feel like you're gonna faint. Like it's just, So
then day goes on, whatever. I go back to my room, and I was like, what the heck is going on? So I think I skipped my next class. I think I just took a nap. And then like nighttime came, and I like couldn't sleep. I wasn't eating. I like still had no idea what was going on. I think we're on like day 2, and my friend Dalton Berger was like, maybe let's go get like a hotel room, and like let's just like get out of like the dorm. So he buys me like a hotel room, and him and I go stay in this hotel room. And I'm like in the hotel, and I'm like, I'm still not sleeping. I call my dad, and I'm like, Dad, like my heart rate's super high, and I haven't slept, and I can't eat, and like I don't know what's going on. I was like, I'm staying at a hotel with Dalton right now because like I'm trying to like get out of whatever the funk is. And he was like, from 5 hours away, like I can't say anything really besides like maybe go to, like you got to go to the ER. Like if you feel like your heart's racing and something's wrong, like
you literally think that you're having a stroke.
Yeah, I had no idea. So I like go to the ER, which sounds so stupid for anxiety, but like you really have no idea what's going on. I like go to the ER, and I'm like telling him all my symptoms. He's like, well, all your vitals are fine. This is fine. At the time I had actually like quit vaping, and I felt like I was withdrawing. And I was like, Doc, like this is what's going on. And I had so many patches on my shoulder. He was like, you have so many nicotine patches on your shoulder, there's no way you're withdrawing.
Yeah.
And he was like, it might be actually the opposite effect.
You're like tweaking.
Yeah. But like that's just like part of my story was like I had tried to make this healthier choice, but then that could have led into anyway. I was planning to go home that weekend, but this huge snowstorm was coming. I'll try to wrap this up. But a huge snowstorm was coming, and like if you know Grand Forks, you know the snowstorms there don't play around. So then he was like, if you want to make it home, like you got to go like tonight.
Yeah.
Like, but I have a test in the morning,
and I have my entire dorm room full of stuff.
Well, I wasn't planning to like never come back at that point, but I was like, and Dalton, it was like 4 a.m. Dalton's like, let's go. So Dalton drives me 5 hours home. I get home at like 9 a.m. You know, and then I just get home and I sleep, and then I spend the weekend, whatever, and then I'm like, Mom, I don't think I can ever go back. And she's like, you don't have to. And I was like, oh, thank God, I was not ready. I was like so ready to like have to like be like, no, you gotta go. But then she said that. But anyway, long story short, I ended up being like medicated, went to therapy, and then that was like my first of many panic attacks. That's a long journey. And now it's like 5 or 6 years later, and it's like I feel like I got that chunk of anxiety handled, but there's like a whole different like phase of anxiety that now is like always lingering and looming. But no, that was my first panic attack.
Yeah.
It was that,
And I'm honestly like so, and like I feel for you, because I think that if I was having a panic attack at 18, 19 years old, I truly wouldn't know what to do. I truly don't know, because you're just like starting your young adult life.
Well, yeah.
Like you're like in college, like you know, you have all these expectations, all these goals, all these dreams that like I wouldn't know what I would have done. And I am so grateful that I did have my first one when I was much older, because I felt that I knew how to handle it in a better way. Like I knew I had you, and like you are always like you're my best friend, like you're my safe space, you know? And like Dalton was that to you. But like I could come here and like I could get away, and then like, you know, go to church and like really rely on my faith to kind of like bring me out of it, because back then, like, I wasn't like faith-based in my life at all. So like I think that would have led me down a rough path. And like I didn't go to therapy either for anything. So I'm just very grateful I had mine like later on in life to be like in the headspace that I am in now. But yeah, no, it's just a crazy trip phenomenon, because it truly does feel like you're dying.
I don't know if I've had, that's a lie. Like I probably had tiny inksy binksy panic attacks since. Mine were always like when I would get an anxiety attack or a panic attack, I would call them my episode, because it would last like a good like 7 to 10 days. And it was like constant, like morning to night. It was like overthinking about, like I would wake up overthinking before I even realized I was awake. And then it would go until like 7 p.m. And I was always my calmest at nighttime when you said like that's when you're started. Yeah. Whenever I'm in like an episode, I'm anxious all day. And then as soon as the sun sets, I'm like, okay,
you made it through another day.
Yeah. And let's just hope tomorrow's better. And then tomorrow's not better. Yeah. But then I make it tonight, and then I'm like, okay.
See, and mine was always that I thought I was good, or like I was bad at nighttime, because I was like, okay, it's closer to when I have to go to sleep. Like, what if I go to sleep and never wake up? I was like, the impending doom was so heavy on me, because I thought I was dying. I literally thought I was dying. And then like and then that's when it became into health anxiety, because I literally thought I was dying. Like I literally, to this day, my mom became allergic to almonds at like 50 years old. Yeah. And now I'm scared that I'm going to get allergic. I've eaten almonds my entire life, never had a reaction, nothing.
And but now you're big on like...
I won't eat an almond. No. And I'm sick to my stomach, because I love an almond roca. Yeah. I love an almond joy.
Health anxiety is so real, though.
It's so real. And like now I... am scared to take ibuprofen. I'm scared to take Tylenol. I'm like, I will not take NyQuil. Like all these things, because I'm just absolutely terrified that it's going to kill me. And it's like, to somebody hearing that, they're like,
because your health anxiety is very different than my health anxiety. Yeah. Because I don't have anxiety over that stuff. I don't actually know even where I can't categorize my health anxiety.
You don't really have health anxiety. You're more of like not a major hypochondriac, but you have a little bit of it.
No, I like definitely am. I don't get anxious over it, but I like that's a lie. I do get anxious. Like if I have a headache, I do think I have a brain tumor, and I do need 24 hours to go by to make sure I'm gonna live.
We're gonna input this text thread.
Oh, wait, but that was my eyes. Okay, so then a couple weeks ago, I was setting up this new like little setup with the stand and our microphones, and I was bent down doing something, and I came up and I smacked into this microphone, and it was like the back soft part of my skull, because the back of your head's not actually, I don't even know, but when you're a baby, the back of your head is soft
spot. Yeah.
So I'm like, I hit my soft spot, and I hit it hard on this mic, and I was like, Jay, I think I have a concussion. I think, and then like my eyes, I felt like I couldn't see out of my eyes.
So literally right here, you're like, I hit the fuck out of my head while redoing the microphones, and now I have health anxiety. I said, are you okay? Or I said, oh my gosh, you're okay. You're like, I don't know photo, man. And I said, girl, you're fine. He said, final resting place. And it's that photo.
No, bro. And I needed to go to sleep that night and then wake up and just pray that that headache was gone to know that, okay, I don't have a brain bleed. I don't have an aneurysm. My vision's not going wrong. It's like same when I started Ozempic, is I needed a good solid 3 months of on the meds for my anxiety about those meds. Because there's so many side effects to Ozempic. And it's like, I knew they were possible. And some of them are scary. You know, like literally blindness is a side effect. Which like, not to like, you know, knock you off and wanting to do it, but like when you hear that and then there's like one day where my eyes a little fuzzy, I'm like,
and it's so crazy because for both of us, we do have health anxiety. I have major health anxiety, but in a different way. But when Regan says these things to me, like when she hit her head and she's like, I have a brain bleed. I'm like, it's going to cause a tumor, like whatever. I'm like, girl, you're fine. She like, you know, does something and she's like, it's going to cause me to be blind. Like, I just got to make sure. I'm like, girl, you're fine. Like, it's funny in that way because I'm just as anxious, but we're like telling each other like, stop being a little wuss. Like, you're gonna be okay.
No, but then it's like I move on. But I like, that's where like, you know, catastrophizing is I love doing all my medical research to like fully understand the issue. And then I feel like then I kind of like, I either calm down or I don't, but like I like to just know all my possibilities.
I avoid Googling every symptom.
I really should.
I avoid it so hard because everybody is different.
So different.
You know, so
that's
it's
why
like,
I read multiple different articles, different POVs.
It's so unhealthy. She's always
unhealthy.
Like Maddie and you share like a Google account.
Yeah.
And Maddie will sometimes be like, this is what Regan looked up today. And it's like the craziest, like,
oh my gosh, I forgot
random
things. You can still see
it's so funny. Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, but it's an everyday, like it's a work in progress. Like
it is. And it
getting
changes,
better.
It changes frequently. It is ever evolving, ever changing. Like the stuff I used to be anxious about doesn't make me anxious anymore. Like I used to not be able, like after that whole panic attack, like I couldn't travel for a while. I had a hard time, like, I don't know, just doing a lot of things. Like I didn't like to be alone.
Neither did I.
Now I love my like alone time.
Yeah.
I can obviously travel again. It's just like it changes. And now I don't know.
I think like a big thing that has helped us is truly our church and our women's group. And, you know, Landon talks about anxiety all the time. All of our studies that we've done in the last couple months, like they all speak on anxiety and that, you know, like just give it to him because he truly will take it from you.
And that was like my saving grace. As soon as I dropped out of school, that's when I started like praying, and I knew that church was so important. And it was like truly like therapy did wonders and the medicine helped for sure. But it was like really at the end of the day, it was like the relationship with God is like and that's, I know, kind of what catapulted you and like your healing and your mental. Yeah. Right?
No, for sure. And it's just like anxiety really is just like us trying to carry things that God already has in control. You know, it's like we're not meant to carry, and we just had this in our Bible study. We are not meant to carry these things.
No,
we have to give it all
to
give it all to him. And that has really helped a ton. And even in the last, like, you know, when I had this almost 2 years ago happen to me, I'm like day and night. Like now I can be alone throughout the day. When I travel alone now, like I'm not anxious that I'm just going to collapse on the floor.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that has helped so much. And I am so, so forever grateful because that's like I said earlier, I was like, if I was your age and not so deep into my faith that I am now, I think it would have ruined my life.
Yeah.
It would have been so crippling that I wouldn't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, it took me a long time. A lot of different efforts, for sure. But yeah, I mean, God asks us to give it to him, and like holding on to it in a way, like it always sounds like really aggressive, but like allowing the anxiety to control you or allowing yourself to continue to like, no, Ivy, you got to go.
You gotta go. Ivy's anxious right now.
Yeah, she is. You can see her. Go
to your place. But yeah.
Trying to come up? Puppies.
Oh my gosh. Jeannie.
Hey.
We love her.
God does say, like, sit. Yes.
Okay.
God does say in the word that it's like, if you allowing those thoughts to remain and to control you, like you are like choosing to listen to Satan. And like the word Satan is so aggressive, but like that's what he is.
It
like,
is, yeah.
He is aggressive. He is the dirtiest
dog we know.
Dirtiest dog we know. But it's like, as soon as I do kind of feel myself letting my like anxious thoughts like take hold of me and start to like push me back down, I'm like, no, like I can't. We're asked not to. We're told not to. Like, we really is like, sometimes I'm just like, God, take it. Goodbye. Like, I'm done thinking about this. You got it. And like, nobody's perfect. You're going to be right back in that spot. Who knows if even 10 minutes later, but it's like just the effort you have to make.
No, for sure. And like when you are anxious and you are an anxious person, you know, just that like second or minute of relief, even just that, it is the best feeling. Like the weight off your shoulders, like the heaviness off your heart, that like, even if just by me saying like, Lord, please take it, just that like inksky little time, like it's the best feeling.
So
you
good.
know, so if you just, you know, keep at it, and like that's what happened to me. Like I just kept praying and praying and praying, and every single prayer that I've ever said, it always has a part of me like, relieve me of my anxiety. I give everything to you, and that has helped me tremendously. Like I cannot even begin to explain. Like, and now I'm kind of like, I'm chilling right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like,
we're chilling.
I'm chilling, and I am so happy. My mind has never been more clear. And you know, everybody has to go through that though. And I think I did have to go through that, because it was like, I was in a weird, like, lukewarm stage because I was a baby Christian, you know, and I think that like snapped me out of my lukewarmness.
I've always thought, you know, like anxiety sucks, but anxiety truly brought me significantly closer to God. Like,
absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing to have happened, because I don't know if I would have ever gone back to the church. Because at the time it happened, like I wasn't in the church. I wasn't going to church. I wasn't interested. I was doing my college thing, you know, but because of it, it was like, oh, you got to lean on God. And then as soon as I'd kind of get comfortable again, like an episode would happen again, and it's like, oh, like God's still there, you still got to lean on him. And it was like, I've always said, God doesn't produce anxiety or give you anxiety. Like, that is not of God. But in a weird way, it felt like every time I got anxious, it was almost like a reminder of like, oh, you can't do it on your own. Like, you still need God. Like, you can't do this life without him.
Exactly.
So stop trying, you know?
Exactly.
And it takes a while for me to like really let it click. And I feel like it's clicked.
No,
it's clucked.
Clocking hard.
It's clocked.
It's clucked.
It's clucked.
No, for sure. But yeah, I mean, that's like, we could talk about this for so long, and there's so many
avenues with anxiety.
So many avenues, but I feel like that's just like a good little, you know, debrief about it. And so
I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a little fun little snippet into our anxious lives. But
yeah, man, there's anxiety. There's like so many like fun little like
and it's just like things. We're just like quirky. Like, I'm like, if somebody says something to me like, oh, you want to go do this? No, I can't do it. I'm anxious. Like, I'm like, I have anxiety. Don't even put me in that situation, because I will not survive. Anytime there's something flashing lights, get me away from there. I'm out of here. Like, I'm literally
definitely like changed. Like, even the concerts, it's like, okay, you gotta like manage all the anxieties at the concert. Like, you want to go to the concert, you don't want to let the anxiety win, but boy, does your brain go through.
When I tell you, I don't know where we were at. It was somebody's concert. It might have been Kendrick and SZA, but there was like flashing lights, and I literally like looked down and closed my eyes, and I was like, I look like a freak right now. So I'm like, I'm telling you, if I look at these strobe lights once, I'm gonna like start having a panic attack.
Yeah. No, I've been in moments where you have to close your eyes and just
or like big spaces, like anything at State Farm. Anxious. I just know I'm like surrounded. I'm like scary, but we're good.
We're good.
We're just girls.
No, we are. We, like you said, knock on wood, but we're chilling.
We're chilling.
Life goes on. Life will continue to go on. And life will, unfortunately, not get any easier from this point.
No, not at all.
So enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, thank God truly that we have God, because
I wouldn't do it without him.
I don't even want to think about, be in the now. That's the biggest thing I learned through therapy, through talking to people, through podcasts, is like, it sounds so cliche and it sounds like so difficult, and it is nearly impossible when you're in the thick of it, but you have to be in the now.
Yep.
I love to plan and I like to stew on the past, and those are two of the worst things to do if you have any sort of anxiety disorder. But
no, for sure. But we will be okay.
We will be. But it always gets better. That's what I used to say when I was like in the middle of an episode. I would say it'll always get better,
and it won't
get better.
Forever.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
but
sure does. It lasts.
No, it doesn't though. Like,
no,
we're happy.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't last. The thick of it doesn't last forever. The
disorder of sorts does.
Yes.
My brain will always be somebody who overthinks, who overanalyzes, who thinks about every possibility before she can even step foot out the door.
Yeah.
You know, like that will be forever.
Unfortunately.
But how you let it control you and how you let it change your life doesn't.
I know that's right.
You know that's right.
I know that's right.
Oh. All right. Well. Okay. Well, we will see you again soon. I had a list. We will see
you again soon.
See you again soon. And I hope you enjoyed this week's episode.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
Bye. Bum bum be dum bum bum be dum bum
Alexander, come back to sleep. I have an early meeting out of town. Still dark outside.
I know.
I just need to write something down.
Done this
Why do you write like you're running out of town? Shh, come back to bed. It won't be enough. I'll be back before you know I'm gone. Come back to sleep. This meeting's at dawn.